When you combine the cash flow, the mortgage pay down, and that 5% appreciation, you actually double your investment within 3 years.
You're watching the Hersh Condos digital experience. And here's your host, Mitch Parker.
Welcome to episode 17 of the Hersh Condos digital experience. I'm your host, Mitch Parker. We have a very special episode for you today. I sat down with Ryan, one of our amazing pre-construction agents. He asked me a bunch of questions about our upcoming development, Downtown at the Waterfront in Barrie. We got a piece of that interview for you guys. If you're looking for help promoting your next development with Hersh Condos and you want us to appear on your podcast, reach out to us. Let us know. We're happy to help you guys. That's what we're here for. Enjoy the episode.
Hey guys, it's Realtor Ryan Noel Subramaniam here, and today I'm with the VP of Marketing and Sales of Hersh Condo, Mitch Parker. I want to take this time to ask you more about this Downtown at the Waterfront project in Barrie. So why Barrie, and what's the hype behind that city right now?
It's a great question, and I think to look at the excitement behind it, you really have to look at Barrie itself and realize that Barrie used to be this place where people would go if they couldn't afford Toronto. You sort of had to move up to north to Barrie, whereas now the city's really become exciting place to be with. There's employment opportunity, you have amazing transit, amazing amenities. This development specifically is right on the water, so you're surrounded by 14 kilometers of unobstructed coast.
That's amazing.
There's parks, there's marinas, there's green space. So the location itself is absolutely amazing. And actually, economically, if you look at Barrie specifically, it is the market which has closely trended what has happened with pricing in Toronto versus any other area in the GTA. And what that basically means is, so Barrie tracks to a 97 percentile of what Toronto does. So if Toronto condos go up 10%, Barrie condos will go up 9.7%. And so that's the closest correlation versus any other community in the entire GTA.
That's amazing. And a question for our viewers here. What are some of the benefits and advantages that they could see out of owning a pre-construction project? And for example, like what are some of the best benefits that this project could yield them towards?
Right. So I think when it comes to pre-construction condos in general, one of the main advantages is an extended deposit structure. Mm-hmm. So you're not putting up your money at one time. You get to extend it over, 1+ years. Mm-hmm. I think another thing is with pre-construction, you might be able to buy into an area which may not have a lot of condo inventory available. So this is sort of your chance to get in at the ground level. And then 3, you're typically paying today's prices for something that will be built in the future. So if you look at Barrie, over the last 10 years, it's actually averaged over a 10% annual price increase.
Really?
And so by being able to buy at what we're selling today, but because it's only gonna be ready in 3 years, following that trend, it should be worth quite a bit more money by the time this thing is actually ready. Mm-hmm. And then I think in terms of just switch that over to this specific development, some of the incentives, we have a great extended deposit structure. We're offering 2 years free maintenance fees. Wow. So on closing, the client will actually receive a check from the builder for 2 years maintenance fees.
Okay.
And then 3, we're running a program called Double Your Money in 3 years.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. What and how can an investor double their money?
Right, because it definitely, it can sound too good to be true, right? Whereas if you look, real estate is typically made up of 3 things from an investment standpoint. Mm-hmm. You have your cash flow, you have your mortgage pay down, so your principal, right? Because when you make a mortgage payment, part of it's principal and part of it's interest.
Right.
So you're going to pay down your principal. And then the third component is your appreciation. So one thing I think that's really important here to your listeners and your viewers is that this is cash flow positive from day one, right? Which anybody who's purchasing in Toronto right now knows that's hard to find.
Right.
2, you're going to pay down your principal on your mortgage over the 3 years that we're counting here. Mm-hmm. And 3, we've used very, very conservative price appreciation numbers. So I think I mentioned earlier that it was 10% average per year. Barrie's gone up. We used 5% in our return on investment. And so when you combine the cash flow, the mortgage pay down, and that 5% appreciation, you actually double your investment within 3 years. Now, there's obviously a little bit more to this program, which I would encourage anybody who's watching to reach out to you and ask for the details.
Amazing. And one last question. So for any investor investing in Toronto, So one last question for you. So for any investor investing from Toronto, how easy is it for them to rent this place out as that additional cash flow property? And what are some of the benefits and specific details that this location has that just outbeats any other condo project out there?
It's a great question. So as an investor myself, I think it's a very relatable question. And Barrie itself, if you compare Barrie to, let's say, like a Hamilton or an Oshawa, which is sort of working around that band of the GTA, your tenant profile is going to be the best by far in a city like Barrie. So you're getting a good quality tenant. If you look at who the major employers are there, it's hospitals and it's Georgian College. And as well, if you look at student population, Georgian College actually only has bed facilities for 525 of its students, whereas 90%, actually over 90% of the student population needs to find housing that's off campus. So there's a great opportunity there for a landlord. And then you have to look like, what's going to appeal to a tenant and why are they going to rent your property? The Barrie Transit Terminal is 100 meters from our building. It's one bus direct downtown Toronto if they want. It's one bus direct to Georgian College and the hospital. You can take a quick bus. It's like a 5-minute bus ride, and you can get to the GO train station where you can go south from there. So it's all about the location and it's all about the amenities. The building itself has a pool. It's got a barbecue area. There's 2 gyms, a fitness facility. There's a pet spa. There's a concierge. There's a guest suite. Like, it goes on and on and on. So it's also a new building. Amazing. Whereas a lot of the stock in Barrie is older. So if you're a landlord and you're renting out this unit, when you're showing it, it's like bright and shiny and brand new. It's going to look incredible compared to a lot of the stuff that's out there now.
Thanks for watching the Hersh Condos digital experience. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Subscribe to our channel and make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms.